teacher ever came to tell you to get the class. But what was important is that at the end of the term, you had a responsibility to produce what we call end of term results. So you are to choose. I attend classes, and at the end of the term, I have a responsibility to produce my results. Or you don't go to class, and at the end of the term, you have no results to give. So what do? Personally, you are self-disciplined, you are a person of integrity, you go to class, so that at the end of the term, they will ask you, can we have your results? Then you show them. That was responsibility. The other one was honesty. Principle number 3 was to be honest. We were not allowed to lock our boxes because we were honest and trusted. You were not supposed to take anybody's thing. So our boxes were never locked, and that was to train us to be honest and trusted. And I've used the two together. And that, when I'm come back and tell you, has costed me in life. Out here, I tried to leave my box open, and they always steal from me. Because my training was that you trust your neighbor, and your neighbor should do what? So as I was trained, so I assume everybody can be the same. So when I leave my box open, what do? They go away with my things. And it has costed me. But that is another principle. And therefore, we must be honest and trusted. And lastly, to crown on that, there was a man, or there is a man, I think he has not died. He's about 90 years now. He's called Warren Buffett. He's an American philanthropist and entrepreneur guru. Now this man said, and it's good to understand his thinking, that if you want to employ somebody, you look for 3 things. Thing number 1 is intelligence. See, everybody of us wants somebody who's intelligent. If you want to employ somebody, you want to have somebody who's intelligent. Number 2, you also look for somebody who has got passion. You know you can be intelligent, but you have no passion. So you look for somebody, you check the intelligence, right. You look for somebody, you look at the passion, right. Then he said, number 3 is integrity. So after you have looked for intelligence, you have looked for passion, the 3rd thing you look for is what? Integrity. Then Buffett said, if you lack integrity, the other 2 do not matter. If you lack integrity, intelligence and passion do not matter. Because imagine you are a thief, and you are very intelligent and passionate, and you are arrested, so you will be imprisoned. So does your intelligence and passion matter if you lack integrity? You are very intelligent and very passionate as a student, but you don't attend classes. Does it matter if you are not of integrity? You are a teacher, very intelligent, very passionate, but you lack integrity. Does it matter? So integrity is very central to success and performance. Allow me very quickly, Chief Principal, Board of Management Chair, to mention something about a learning organization. Gesusu is a huge learning organization. And for an organization to be a learning organization, it means you want to move on. And I'm happy you have told us this morning that you want to move from 7.4 to 8.2. 8.7. Yes. So you cannot sit and be passionate and be intelligent and you don't work for for the 8.7. So, you must be a learning organization to be able to move on and to grow. So whether the 5 things
Zuku, home of quality entertainment with reliable internet and affordable satellite TV across the country. For $29.99, get your satellite TV dish and decoder with strong signal. Enjoy crystal clear channels, kids shows, sports, local dramas, Nollywood, Nat Geo, and more for $4.50 per month.
Asigika k'imyaka 49 ebenki ya Kenya pamoja sako yabere n'umugusi negukinya umugusi ase eningo yae yabere gekurwa obukorere ase kinse mu buno savings loans obosemi bwo gutumika kibesam na diaspora savings ase bali kinse chimaiko ase wa Kenya pamoja sako yabere osira okonene ase abalemi ebyumbe chiskuru chikampani ao abarikire abaritayire basibaliye nsemo ya pension boygo abonchereria ibotani na Wakenya pamoja sako iyo nyore obukoreri ubuya ase chinse muna obosemiguru y'ubutumiki bw'ikibesa chilon muna development loans, school fees loans, emergency loans, ebyumbe business loans, salaried loans na boygochi advance loans boygo nkorantura muri kibesa ase uri kuse mobile payments kabe oyomo wa Kenya pamoja sako iliyobwego kerie ayo onsi na yande amange amaya asamange patarire chiabis chiabo chire asumu chubusongo kahawa house raja moja asipara ya Kisii sotik sibakire simyasi namba 0746-668-190 kuse ototarire website yetu www.kenyapamojasako.com.
Njama lieta ngoro kwa isa kwa mwenga CEO wa Kenya Pamoja Sako. Sako ya Wakenya Pamoja ni sake ya kushughulikira members baye na chigurupu chiria chigokora savings wonko bakira bia isoko chala Wakenya Pamoja Sako kune financial institution yao tobwate chibranchi chito ikome na inya chire within Gusii wanahintu utora wanogo konyo Gusii soko gendereria ese ebiasara byabo ase sako na gosegwa ase sake ese wale batala join please njubwango mo join tukini esako yeito na Gusii yeito esa magendo wa Kenya Pamoja you our concern.
You all know where you are going. You look at your challenges. You learn those challenges together, and you solve them as a team. Then you can get your 8.7. In fact, if you practice some of these things we have said, you are going to get, I think in the new curriculum they call it exceeding expectations. You can easily go beyond 8.7 and land even on 10, even 12, which is the highest. all 9. You can always go beyond your expectations. What will not be good manners is to fall below expectations. Now, there are ways people respond to change, because this is a change. To move from 7.4 to 8.7, you must involve change. And now, in society, there is a way people receive change, perceive it, and act. And there is also somebody who studied and found out how do different people respond to change. Number one, there is a group we call innovators. Innovators. Now, these innovators are people who are very quick to change. When they hear there is a change coming, and a change normally is for the better, they will move very fast, they embrace the new ideas, and they move on. But unfortunately, there are only 2.5% of society. What is your student population, Wanachief Principal? 2,000. So what is 2% of 2,000? What is 2% of 2,000? Yeah? 200? Yeah? Okay, whatever it is. So that number is ready. They will buy the new ideas of change and they will move on. There's another group called early adopters, who are 13.5% roughly. And these ones normally change before the ordinary people change. And they try to encourage the rest of the people to change towards what you want to change to. We call them early adopters. They are 13%. There is another group called the early majority. The early majority, they will wait for everybody else to change. Sorry, they will change before everybody else changes. And they are 34%. And then the late majority, who are also about 34%, for them, they will change last when everybody else has changed. There are those ones who say, wacha tuone watafanya nini. But there is a last group we call laggards. Laggards. They are about 16%. These ones are against everything. They are against. You give them food, they will say, who wants your food? You don't give them food, they will complain the whole month. I was in a school, Momanyi, you didn't know, we had one teacher. I will not mention him because you wouldn't know him. And you come in the morning, you meet him and you say, good morning, you want to greet him, he tells you, whom are you greeting? Who wants your greetings? And if you don't greet them, they will tell everybody else in the whole week. So and so will never greet you. Have you seen these people? They always refer to the past instead of the present and the future. Momanyi, you will be lucky. If some of them come here as teachers, or new teachers come, these are the ones who tell you, we have been here for a very long time. And we have been doing well. Where are you bringing changes? We have been here for a very long time. We have seen principals come and go. And you will leave us here. So why are you bringing changes? You will encounter such a kind of people in life. They will always complain. They will be thinking of the past. They are called laggards. 16% against everything. You bring something good, they oppose. You bring something bad, they do what? They will never accept anything. So I don't know where you belong as students. I don't know where you belong as teachers. I don't know where you belong as school support staff. I don't know where you belong as parents. But we have that group, and they are the ones who cause resistance in society. They will resist anything that comes, and they will not want life to continue. So, I've given those so that we realize the dynamics of psychology in society. How do we live together and we become a top-performing school? And performing is not only in academics, it is in your character, it is in what you do in the music, it's what you do in the co-curricular activities, we call them, out of class. But very importantly, Chief Principal, by next year, we are admitting the first cohort of the CPE. We call it competence-based education, and it has got this competence-based curriculum. This curriculum and education is asking that we now go for what we call competences, skills, hands-on skills, that after you leave school, you can develop along the kind of skill you have, and you become an expert in that. Instead of asking somebody maybe to score an A in maths, and they don't go together with maths, allow them to excel in an area where they're best. Like my young friend here, Uyu, come. Talent, do you have any talents? Eh? Which one? Tell them. Which are your talents?
My talent is singing and playing football.
You say singing and playing? Now, is singing the same as music? Yeah?
Singing is the act of expressing your words, making them in some sorts of beats, and the music is the outer rank of the singing.
Outer? Outer rank of the singing. Hey, wait. And you said you are also good in football. You play for the first 11 of the school? Oh, you just like it. But when they are picking the first 11, you are nowhere near. Okay. And by the way, I can now tell you, I played for Shabana FC. I was number 9 striker. And at one time, when I was at the kids school, he knows, I used to coach Shabana. I was the player coach. I coached Kina Motego, Kina Nyandoro, Kina Michael Koth, and you can see where they are, isn't it? So, if you think you have a talent in soccer, which is football, then you need to excel in what? In soccer. If you have talked about music, you need to excel in. So, where don't you have talent? Tell us. Yeah, tell us. There are areas where you don't have talent.
I'm not a good dancer. I'm also not a good basketballer. I can't play volleyball.
So what are we trying to say? Where you are good in, you strengthen that and keep on excelling. Is that right? Where you are very poor, we don't want to take a lot of your time. Sports, and there's also sports, arts and sports. We are going to require stadia. Mukamba, you may require 10 stadia at Gesusu for those who are good in football, like our friend. You may require studios for music. Okay, we are going to have people who will excel in what these guys are doing here. Film, isn't it? and those kind of things. So for the parents who are here, I don't know whether they are, the teachers and the board of management, each and every one of us realize that this new competence-based education is going to be very expensive. To get all those facilities and infrastructure, we must invest a lot. And we are not going to say the government will do everything. We know they're supposed to do, but they do it on our behalf. Are we not part of government? Are we not part of government? Who's your MP? Who's your MP here? Manduku. Manduku represents who? It represents you, isn't it? So you are in government because you are being represented. Therefore, when you talk of government, you are part and parcel of government. And we are going to ask each and every stakeholder in education to participate in improving the heavy infrastructure that is going to be required by the competence-based education and curriculum. If you don't, then we shall get nowhere. I was the chair of the biology panel in 1992 when we had the 844 coming in. Makamba, I'm sure you were the chair of the economics team. Definitely. The 844 was not a very bad program as such. The undoing of 844 was implementation, not getting things done. That's why I started by saying you must plan, think, and get things done. If you don't do your plans, if you don't execute your plans, you will never get anywhere. Because I remember one of the requirements of the curriculum of 844 was the students were supposed to go to school with a fishing net and a boat, especially in the lake region. That's true. But did they go to school with the fishing net and the boat? How could they learn fishing? Because fishing is a talent and an art. Among the pastoral people, students who were supposed to go to school with gadgets to keep cattle and treat them, milk them, and do all those things, they did not do it. In the farmland areas like ours, we were supposed to go to school with jembes, pangas, and slashes to be able to do what? To practice farming. We never went with those gadgets. So did it work? It never worked. For those who wanted to be carpenters, they were supposed to go to school with hammers, landers, and what? Nails, so that they could practice how to become carpenters. Are you getting me? The plumbers, they were supposed to go to school with the gadgets and equipment for doing what we call plumbing. And the electricians, the same. But once it was not done practically, the system faded away. And so I can tell you authoritatively, as the chair of the County Education Board, we must come together, teachers, parents, even you students, you will play your role by identifying your talents so that we build adequate and quality infrastructure to be able to implement our 884, our CPE, so that it can become successful. Otherwise, minus implementation, minus execution, minus action, nothing will ever happen. And that will be my parting shot, that as much as you are planning what to do, as much as you are thinking what to do, and as much as you want to see certain results, the most important thing is to do things, is to act, is to execute, so that you are able to get the results that you want. And I know Gesusu, under the stewardship of Mr. Momanyi, my former able student, you will do very well, and I wish you very well. Do you accept my sentiments? But by my saying that you will do well, will not do well. The doing well will come from who? From you putting this thinking, these wishes into action. Mahatma Gandhi, I'm sure you know him, the former Prime Minister of India, said, if you want to see change in the world, be the change you want to see. If you want to see peace in the world, be the what? Be the peace you want to see. And if you want to see 8.7 at Gesusu, be what? Be the 8.7 you want to see and be. You can't just sing 8.7, 8.7, 8.7, and you are not attending classes, you are not doing assignments, you are not studying in groups, you are not doing teamwork, you are not teaching in class, the cooks are not cooking, and then you get 8.7. Everybody must think and leave 8.7 for you to get 0.7. For they say that a bell is not a bell until a song, my friend, the singer, he's looking at the watch. A song is not a song until, yeah, if you don't sing the song, it can't be. And therefore, 8.7 will not be 8.7 until you do it. With those many remarks, I don't know how much time I have. I've got a problem. I can talk the whole week on matters education. But I know I don't have the luxury. There are many people here. So if I'm through, let me know. If I'm not through, may I take this opportunity, because we might not meet again. Kisii County has got about, Wanamukamba, 300 and what schools? Over 400 schools, which I must take care of. So coming back to Gesusu will take another time. And therefore, may I take this opportunity to wish you success in your exams, and thereafter a Merry Christmas. And with that, God bless you until we meet again.
Thank you, our Chair, County Education Board. Listen, you have heard our Chief Principal went through the hands of the Speaker, and this shows that our Chief Principal is going to produce more better Kenyans from you, from what he has produced. So it means among us, we are going to get the chief principals, we are going to get Matiangis, we are going to get the people who matters through the hands of our chief principal, which he has gone through negotiation. So in this particular point, I think we have been heard from our speaker. Let us be students at all times. Let us think as students. Let us be responsible for us to get our target of 8.7. So 8.7, it is in your hands. So wherever we are, let us think about 8.7 by having integrity. So at this point, let us appreciate him by by having 5 factorial. Not you have 5 factorial? Yes, we are going to give him appreciation of 5 factorial. So let us start 1, 2, 3. Now, okay, that was just a practice. Now, let us be orderly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait. Okay, let's start 1. Very good. At this point in time, let me welcome Mr. Justice to give us a direction.
Okay, attention. Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate the first pitch. We have been very cooperative. We are moving in for our break, and thereafter we shall resume. We are giving you 15 minutes for a break. The keynote speaker is around. We resume first so that we continue to our programs. I'm requesting my colleagues on the other side to assist the flow of the students, and I request after they have taken their break, we assist them to settle before we go for our tea. So I want to begin with the Form 4s. Form 4 Pruto. Okay, kidogo tu. The 4 Pruto, hold kidogo. Our chair is